compensation and salary increase. That's it.
Figure that's the most unresolved thing here, the
yeah.
thing we should get to. I forgot to mention during this conversation that we wanna go and talk to you guys about bonuses as well. We kind of been highlighting that what you put in, you get out of the company, and that's kind of a system that we would like to keep going through, and our team would like to hear your opinion on Christmas bonuses. But we are pretty strict and firm at our 8% being the max. If you still wanted the security personnel, the free therapists, and us to be able to hire daycare personnel as well.
So on that, we think that, so essentially we're talking about 6 security guards, correct? Cause you said 1 for each floor or
Hall.
or hall.
So let's say if there's 3 hallways on the floor, there will be 3 security officers.
Yes, so we, to market trends, we researched it, and so there's typically 3 to 6 security guards per hospital campus in our area. And so we think, 4 security guards, so not like you had suggested 1 for each unit, or, we think that's a little excessive. And especially being that it will cut into our nurses and staff, wage increase.
So where would you like?
So we would think that maybe 4 security guards would suffice for the safety issue on our end, and definitely sticking to our 10% wage increase.
So you're willing to bring it down to 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're willing to bring it
Okay.
down to 10 if you bring, kinda give and take. You
Kinda,
guys go
yeah.
up, we drop some security guards, but, yeah.
I like that, okay. Let me see.
We also think that with how you guys said the buttons and the badges and everything, that'll help the security get to us faster, so we don't need technically as many, because we'll have that quick and fast.
I think we'll still talk about putting 1 per floor, but that's a logistics issue that we can deal with later. Yeah, but we agree that there will be the shift differentials. You guys don't wanna change that or anything, cause we liked where that sat. We completely agree with that.
We'll have the free meals after overtime.
Yeah, so, and then
Yes.
I was like, there was something else to add to this that you guys wanted to go over again. Cause we will have to reconvene on the 10% thing just so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that. So we were talking about where if you're full-time, we agree they should get 1 meal every day, like a free lunch and things like that.
Okay.
Overtime, so it's gonna be dependent on how many hours you're logging, which is pretty much the theme here, what you put in, you get out. So if you are here morning, noon, night, you get 2 free meals.
Yes.
And so if you have the long stretch, you are a full day shift, you can get lunch, dinner, breakfast, dinner, whatever, you can have those 2 fully paid for. But again, it is we're giving what you take kind of deal. If you're gonna put in the hours, you can get the lunches, you can get the daycare. We're willing to give back to our top earners.
Yeah, it's a major incentive, especially when the nurse is working and the supervisor comes to them and says, hey, can you stay an extra 8 hours?
I'm like, can I eat?
By the way, here's a food voucher for you to go down to the cafeteria to give you that fuel for the next 8 hours. Then they're like, win-win,
Oh, yeah,
score,
like,
like,
yeah.
hey, Christmas is coming up, I get overtime pay, and I don't have to worry that I didn't bring in, like, I forgot my lunch today, so I've already skipped the lunch.
Yeah.
And
But,
so,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, kind
it's
of going
just a
back
huge
to the
incentive.
incentives for you guys. How would you feel about staying at the 8% but bringing in Christmas bonuses?
I mean, I particularly don't like that, just because a Christmas bonus, like, what do you mean, like, based on percentage of revenue, or,
Is there a percent, or
like, how would
baseline
you?
percentage that is set?
I think that will be the best choice, because I don't think we would fair to pay equal for
Yeah,
every certified nurse or every normal basic employee. So,
I mean, I'm pretty much stuck at the 10%.
I think we would like to have the 10% over the bonus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we agree we'll bring down the security personnel, we'll
Okay.
keep the therapists, we'll
Okay.
keep the daycare.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will get those lunches. Did you guys wanna reconvene? How are you feeling?
I would like to talk about the extra hour,
Yeah.
of PTO,
The PTO.
over your, normal, PTO, right? So saying that, I think we have to get that out of the offer,
Yeah,
if they're requesting
definitely.
10% increase.
So, do you want me to, or do you?
Get rid of the extra hour we're supposed to be spending. Over, on PTO, on overtime at work.
Don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. You wanna add?
No, we're supposed to, yeah, so
So no PTO.
no PTO on overtime.
Okay.
So once you put in your 40 hours for the week, you get an hour for that.
Yeah, that's added on top of the 120
But we already
hours.
can't we already capped our overtime at another 10 hours, so you technically can't, they're not able to like work 80 hours in a week because we have capped it,
Mhm.
so I don't think that's gonna be like an issue.
We just want more overtime for the year for the nurses. So the average nursing, PTO hours are 106 a year to 208 a year. Right now, the nurses get 120, which sits right above the lowest average around us. And so we're talking on things like, you know,
Well-
overall happiness within the job retention, you know, nurses wanting to work for your hospital, wanting to. And a lot of that comes with a work-life balance, like, you know, we want them to have a little bit more time away from the hospital, so when they're in the hospital, they're more engaged and they're more able to be present, to be there,
And
to
that
be
was also
healthy.
the goal with the daycare, so that people don't feel like they have to worry about their children's care, or what's going on, and like,
Agreed.
when am I gonna see them again? It's like, well, when you have
Yeah,
your lunch
agreed,
break,
but-
go down and say hi, but I understand that's a big concern for us as well, and since that we had taken out, the overtime, that kinda makes it easier for us to give you guys that extra PTO, so that people aren't over here working 120 hours a week, just ranking in the extra hours, and now they can take from March to June off, kind of deal. Well, I feel like since we're capping the overtime, and correct me if I'm wrong here, that will also kind of prevent people from making too much PTO, so the addition to your 120 hours is reasonable.
So, I'm totally confused.
So you're saying, cause we have the 120 set
Yes.
of PTO or right now.
And since we
And
have a
then yours-
cap on the overtime, that makes it easy for us to add these into addition, because nobody's really able to.
With the 40 hours and 1 hour, correct?
Yes, and
Okay.
since only specialties are able to be pulled in for mandatory overtime capped at 10 hours, that means that we are gonna have the concern of like, oh, well, Destiny just ranked in 120 hours in a week, we have to pay so much overtime to her. We don't have that issue, so being able to add it in addition to the 120 hours is
Yeah.
feasible here.
So essentially, if I'm nurse number one and I work full-time for the hospital and I am hired on at 120 hours, which is what the current contract says. And then, but I have the opportunity, as long as I fulfill my duties as the full-time nurse that you've hired me as, then I can make up to 162 hours a year, just by coming to work,
Yes,
as scheduled.
yes.
Okay, I think that's fair, that's a
Yeah.
kind of give take there, that says, hey,
That's what
show up,
it
do
gives
your
us
thing, and we'll give you your,
a little bit harder to go above 8% of
Yes.
Yeah.
increase because
So-
Well,
all
that's
that
what I was
cost.
saying, because we capped the overtime, that also ensures us that we aren't handing out PTO like candy.
Mm-hmm.
And as we said, the only people that will have mandatory overtime will be the specialties, and we will cap that at 10 hours. So basically, just like an extra shift.
Okay,
So you guys take care of patients, we take care of you guys.
okay, that sounds good to us, we like that, so now, I guess the last issue we need to discuss and come to an agreement on is the wages. And what the pay increase is gonna be for nurses.
And this is over the span of 3 years, agreed? So I think that's just kind of what's set for assignment. Okay, do we wanna reconvene, or we,
Do you wanna discuss what your thoughts on it are?
I think we know what we're,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're okay.
Okay.
So it's up to you guys.
okay, let's just go out to the hall real quick, we're gonna take like maybe 2 minutes, and be right back.
Cool, thank you.
Pause this so you guys aren't recorded.
Mm-hmm.